to a place at Muller Square. It's now closed, it's a big house, because they moved up the Regent. Store at the Reno, because that was the picture hall at the time. The Co-op took it over and they made a store, and it was a wholesale store.
Out.
Get the questions out and I'll see what I can answer.
Cool. So this is the Hazelwick Social Club, obviously. You and I both used to work here when it was open.
Yes, we do.
Aye. It's shut now for the virus that's going
Yes.
on, and as far as I'm aware, but we're both furloughed, yeah?
Yeah.
Aye. Do you miss it?
Hmm?
Do you miss it?
Oh yes, well, yeah.
Aye.
But when you've been here about 50 years, you can't miss it, you know.
It's grown on you somewhat.
Eh?
It's grown on you.
Yeah, aye. But there is things to be done at home, but I get them done as much as I can. So.
Aye.
The only problem's going to be when we get back is they're going to have to go out on time.
Yes.
None of this carry on like we have had, you know.
None of the committees staying
That's
back.
partly my fault as well, because I've been letting them have it, but let it stop. Or we'll have the police on there and, you know, well, not so much the police, more the council, because then they'll have to have our licence, you know. It's the same here, I mean, depending upon what they come up with, what times they come up with when we get sorted out. They'll have to use that 20-minute drinking time like they should do, and then away. I mean, you know, it's going to be an awkward time at times, because they're that used to, over the years, of really being relaxed and that, you know. Yes.
Yeah.
Born at Dinton Colliery, about 1944. I was shifted from there to Dinton Village when I was about 3 to 4 years old. Then from Dinton Village to Cox Lodge when I was just after 18, 19, because my grandma seen my 18th birthday and I was quite happy about that. And then I had to go and shift over there because my granddad was over there by herself. So I went to there. And then after that, I mean, it was just like working. And that's more or less when me and Martha got together, because I used to see her at the village and this, that, you know, but yeah, we got together and we got a house at the at Annisford, Jackson Street. We were only there a year or two because we got a house at Charles Street. Then we were there a few years, then we got the house at Arkle Street. We've been there ever since.
Aye.
I mean, I took over the clubhouse for 23 years when I come straight. We just started buying a house at Arkle Street, and I was on with the football club, about 45 years old, when we were told we'd have to give up the house. Well, not give up our house, but we had to come into the clubhouse because it was already there, so we had to use that. So we rented ours out and it more or less paid for itself, you know. So, and then we went back when we were finished with the club, went back home and been there ever since. I was steward for 23 years, then I packed it and gave it to Stephen. And then Les and them took it over from there.
Is that Alice's Stephen now? Alice's Stephen?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You have a very distinct way of speaking, where you kind of have to be a local to really understand
everything you say.
Yeah.
And yet, if you're from Scotland, you can understand it smashing.
Yeah.
I was on the phone to one girl when I was in charge and put an order in, and we got on talking, and she didn't say much. I says, you know, she says, you keep talking. She says, I love your accent. You just keep talking. Don't stop. You know. And then he got her every time we phoned, when I phoned into Scotland, because the office was up there in Scotland. So we carry on, you know, 2 or 3 things. As one of the girls will say, can you wait? Says, no, it's cold up here. Or can you bear with me? And I'll say, no, it's winter and I'm not taking my clothes off for anybody, doesn't matter who you are. And she just started laughing, she didn't know where to put it. Then she asked for my name, which I gave was Jimmy Young, and I says, I don't sing songs at the moment, and I don't give recipes out. They were two of the main ones that I've had on the, you know, and I got some kind of responses from the girls and that. As I say, it's just times will change. I mean, it'll never be the same, I don't think,
The club?
to what we had. Yes.
No.
No. I mean, I remember when we used to stand outside, and I came through the bar door there where we're sitting once because we couldn't get through the front door, because if we opened the front door they would have come in, and this was about a quarter of the hour before opening time, you know. And where the shop is down now, Premier, used to be a school down there, and they used to queue right down to the school to get in.
Really?
On New Year's Eve, aye. But I've had some good times, yes. But again, changes make, you know, different changes within the country, within the village, and that, you know. We've survived a little bit. Again, I only can say at the moment for myself, the people in the village, when it does open, I've got to patronise it. They must come and help it out, because if they don't, they could lose it all, and when they lose it, they'll lose it. Because the council have people building houses or whatever you like on here.
Lost it once already, didn't we?
Hmm?
It was shut once already, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Aye.
Are you enjoying yourself where you're working? Or should we not say that?
It's alright. It's not the same.
Mhm.
It is far and away not the same. It's a lot less open and friendly of an atmosphere.
Mhm.
Maybe that's just because I've spent so long here that I know people when they walk in the door. Up there, I know maybe a third of them.
Yes, well, you'll get used to that as it goes
Aye.
along.
But
The more you get there, the more you'll find out.
Aye. I don't know. It just seems a bit not rougher, just less friendly, less approachable.
See, I've got to be careful what I say, because in a lot of the places I've been at,
Mhm.
where I've left them, or I've been finished from them, they've all closed.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. I used to, my first job was at, just along at Gosforth there, but what is now the Roger.
Mhm.
It used to be the Co-op. I was 15 when I got my job there. I spent a year there, then I went to Forden. That's now closed. That was the free paper they used to send around. And,
Before my time, I think.
you know. And then we moved, I went from there, I went to Crampton Co-op at the time. It's now Blythe Co-op now, it changed. I went to a place at Waller Square. It's now closed, it's a big house, because they moved up the Regent.
Mhm.
Store at the store at the Reno, because that was the picture hall at the time. The Co-op took it over and they made a store. I went to Seatonburn. Went from Seatonburn, I went to Burradon. They're closed. I did a little bit of Dudley. I only did a week at Dudley. That's shut. I did a week up at Dinton Village, and that's gone. The Co-op there, that's gone as well. So, in ways, I'm a little bit of a bad lad. Wherever I go, once I go, it seems to just disappear,
It's like you're jinxed.
you know. Well, I wasn't born till 44, so it wasn't too bad around this area at the time. I mean, there was disputes and this, that and the other. I mean, I didn't really have much to do with the miners' side.
No.
I had brothers, two brothers that was miners, but me and my younger brother, well, he died 12 years ago.
Sorry.
He was more or less gardening, building sites, could do it, you know. And we had to, when I was born and got into school leaving the university, well, you're not going down the pit. So that's why I ended up in the Co-op. That's my life story, yeah. But, no, we've had some good times here.
Aye, we are.
Yeah, yeah. I've had my altercations with a few of them, you know, and this, that, and the other. I mean, I've got a DVD behind the counter there. Of a lad talking us doing the stair
Aye.
down the front ramp. We're at the age member strip, and the secretary had to come home with one of the members because he felt bad, and of course they thought they were going to take over. So when we got home, there was cans on the bus which were brought into the club, and the members could have them in the club. And these two lads was going to take them home. I says, you're not taking them home. I says, they're members. I says, there's more than you, just members. I says, well, we're taking them. I says, you're not. And I stood there, well, they says, if we can't have them, nobody's going to have them. So they threw them on the car park. And I went outside. Well, I was coming back in, and he was coming outside for a smoke. And he grabbed us, and I says, what's the matter with you? Well, I knew the camera was on the front. I just let him get on.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed us to one side, my glasses come up because they were slack. And doing the ramp to the bottom, and more or less now, and these misty cups are up, you know, I just bad tempered and lost it all and got him in. And the two girls, Susan and Linda, they were behind the counter. And said, we're going for a smoke. I said, okay, get yourself in. So I stopped behind the bar and served.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, didn't he come up and he served? So I sold him, yes, he pumped it hard, I still sold him. And my daughter come up and she started talking to him, and he said, oh, him behind the bar now. She says, that's my dad you're talking about, and she walked away from him. And then when the girls come back, and they heard about the altercation outside, and they put it on the camera, they said, you know, we had seen that, we would have come out there and more or less find him over the wall. But he got bored for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we took it off. It's still there somewhere behind the bar. When the new committee come on and all this stuff, they brought him in, you know, and let everything off, you know. And there was another night later on after that, his mate, Jimmy Nyes, he come in, beat the village, come down again with Linda and it was Paula, I think, and came into the bar and he took his drink away. And I presume he drank it beside the door because he was pissed, you know, rat ass. And he come in, he says, somebody's drunk me drink. I says, anybody in here there now? One of the lasses was filming it. I says, no, I says, you didn't film it. I says, you can have a Coke. None alcoholic drink. I says, he's had enough. He went to get a bloke's drink off the bar and they just stopped him. And I says, here. I says, there's a Coke for you. I gave him a bottle of Coke. Couldn't come on. And I says, there's a glass to pour in. Oh, he says, I get a glass as well. I says, aye. The next thing I know is he hides the bottle where the
optics
where
now.
the brandy is now. It was vodka then. Hiding than that, to try and smash the bottle. He missed it, he smashed the window, cracked the window behind, hid the glass, missed that. Susan was coming through the lounge. I said, stop there. I could just see the door opening from the cellar into here, from the concert room. I said, stop there. I says, you may get hit with some glass. Aye, right you will. That's it. That was him finished. But
I think his son used to bully me in primary school, you know.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Take all the muck off them, because at the next time you can turn around and come. If there's two on and they come in, you can always walk away and leave them and let the last soul know whoever's with you. Maybe it could be me. You could go back in the cellar out the way and says, I'm going to get something. That's all I used to do. Take all the stuff off them and walk away. And if I seen them coming up, I used to dodge a little bit or let them wait a little bit longer, just to get your own back. And it was just stupidity. You know, it's... but I've enjoyed myself, I think.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Remember when the doorman, he found some bottles of Coors that were left in the car park?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know this story?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there was like a stag do or something, and they had a four, might have been 6 bottles of Coors, and he thinks, oh well, they must have left it behind, but they're off to the town. I'll have them for myself. And so he takes them home, and he's sitting in front of the telly, and he opens one, and he takes a big glug, and it was piss. And they used the bottles to piss in. But they just didn't get around to throwing them away, so he just left them in the car park. And Terry was there watching I don't know, Robocop or something, just halfway through realising he's drinking piss.
And I used to drink a lot of beer behind the counter. I used to come back, which you said was round, but there was no round, it was just flat.
Mm-hmm.
But if this gets back to the government, if this ruling that they say so many pints a week, you would kill yourself and all this stuff. Touching wood.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's the limit now?
Hmm?
Do you know what the limit's going to be?
Roughly 1 pint a day, 2 pints a day at the most.
Jesus, that's now.
Yes. The last time I went to see the nurse for my MOT, which was March, just before this were closed, and she said, how many pints do you have? I said, about 2.5 a day, you know. So we worked it out. She says, that's ridiculous. She says, you're only entitled to 1, you know, 1.5. She says, your best bet's to have a day off from drinking, and that'll help counteract between the, you know. And I thought, if you really knew, buddy, that's in the past. I used to drink water before I drank the beer.
I think everyone did, Jim. It was milk before that.
I used to, when I did the lines, give the stories away, no mind. And I used to pull the water through first. We used to test every half of water from every pump that we had. We had about 9 pumps and on the bar. And then I had the half a beer, and I drank the half a beer after that to make sure it was okay before they got it out here. So that was 4.5 pints of 4.5 pints of beer, different sorts, and 4.5 pints of water all at the same time. Maybe I had to go to the toilet a few times.
Of course, yeah,
But
sounds like it.
up to now, touching wood, I'm still here, hopefully. And,
I think you'll outlive me, Jim. You've gone this far.
yeah, just keep going. Of course, I got an old saying, but I didn't want to tell it all there.
Oh no.
My mother used to say, eat, drink, you can't go wrong. She says, if you eat, you pass it by, number 2. If you drink, you've got to have a fiddle, so you've got to go into the toilet. So it means your body's working. If them 2 places is working, your body should be working. And up to now, same thing, touching wood. I've been working and I'm okay. Well, I've got members of the staff, I've got members of the public that I keep in touch with. And as many people as friends that I can think of. I can't get many family because they're nearly all gone.
Of course.
You know, but the same with a lot of friends have gone. I mean, we've lost about 10 friends since this epidemic's been on.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
There's Cass that used to work behind the bar. There's Mrs. Jones that used to come in on a Sunday night and play hoosey. There's a few of them good. Yeah. Norma, she used to come in on a Sunday, sit in the lounge, sit in the corner.
My mum told me that, and I thought she meant Norma the cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was shocked.
There's Terry's wife. There's the last that doesn't come in here now, and they stopped coming in because I had an altercation with another member and stayed away. Just lives just down the road. Lee, Susan, Clayton. She died as well. So we used to be awkward going on holiday, you know.
Aye.
So you could guarantee when we were on the holidays, there's 2 or 3 died. And yeah, I think couldn't get to that funeral, you know. So we just stopped at the house and had when it was the time for the funeral, we used to have a drink on them. And
There's nothing else you could do, really.
no, as I say, you sit times, and like I said before, 12 years is for my brother, so every now and then, I mean, it's 12 years this month. And you keep thinking, got to get on with it though, life's just the same. I mean, I'm one of 9, and there's only 2 left.
Jeez.
And the one that's left, my sister Anne, is in Australia. So we didn't get a chance to talk to each other much. And she's just come off having an operation for bowel cancer. And she's okay at the moment. But at the 9, there's only the 2 left. Yes, have some good times, some bad times, which is what everybody has, really. We're not any extraordinary than anybody else, really.
you think the good you've experienced outweighs any of the bad?
Mm.
Do you think like the good you've had in your life?
Oh yes, yep. Oh yes. Even the bad ones, you still remember them for all what they did and all this. There's still people that you knew, you talked to, and you kind of get a chance to talk to them, or even have a bit carry on with any people that you knew. So you've now got to make new friends, and sometimes it's harder. But oh yes, had some funny times.
I think it's when you look back at the good and bad you've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have, if you
didn't have the two,
yeah, if
you don't know what your life would be.
If you pick and chose what you wanted from your life, you wouldn't be the same person. Okay.
Well, it happened. Well, I forgot to tell you that one. But the dual office.
Oh, I hate the dole office. I hate the dole office.
There was once over when I was on the duels, the same thing, when I was there, at the same time. I was going on my holidays up in Warkworth. The relation had a caravan, so I went up, made arrangements to go up to Warkworth for a fortnight. I went in, told him, I says, I'm going up to Warkworth for a fortnight's holiday. Have you got a phone number? I says, I haven't got a phone number, not just, my mobiles wouldn't end, you know. I says, I haven't got a number to get to. I says, not till I get up there. I says, what for? But she says, just in case there's an opportunity for somebody for an interview, for you to come and have an interview. I says, me come all the way from Warkworth for an interview. I says, it'll take us all day to get to him, man, more or less. But, yeah, they wanted it, that's what they wanted. Well, they were being awkward because I had took them to court, or took them for a tribunal. But, aye. Well, I've had some times over the years. We need to take the hatred out of everybody, that's all it looks to me. It's a case of, if I can't get it, he's not going to have it. And no, that isn't. And it's not this take it, and because I want it, I'll take it, and doesn't matter who gets in the way. And yet that was what Baggy told me today. She says, get on your bike if you want it, go and get it. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the way it went from then on. Everybody wanted it. If they didn't get it, somebody was going to get dumped, or they broke into the shops and different places. If they hadn't the money, they would just go and break in somewhere and get it, or nick it with a tail and this and that. And when they get home, oh, they're on benefits, or they're doing this and that, you know, on drugs. Well, the thing was, when they first came up here to the estate, they all started to come in here, and they all started to make themselves members. And then after a while, after a few months, they got the order that they had to go up to the barracks, because the beer was cheaper up there. And it was because they were in the forces that they got it cheap. And they put buses on for to take them up and bring them back.
I see. And
then that's where it all changed around, because as I say, every night there used to be a canny few in here. But again, this is part of the reasons why we're not in the situation that we are. We haven't got the people coming in that you need. No, not really. I mean, I stay in a lot more than what I used to, because, like I say, I was like working 6 nights a week, 1 night off. And that was coming here locking up. So that lost your time, you know. But now, well, you're sitting in the house, there's work to be done, so you get on with it. You're not supposed to go out, so how do you get on with your work? And, you know, I mean, at 76, you're supposed to stop in the house. But it's... And then what another thing that gets us is you get people say, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And then the next thing is you see them doing exactly the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. So what's it good of me doing and him not? Because I find we got one, and putting it on, when you were breathing, the steam was going up into your glasses. There was steam in your glasses up, so you had to take your glasses off. No, but as I say, there's that many different ones.
Mm.
It's finding the one for yourself. But
I've got a big head, Jim.
hmm?
I've got a big head.
Well, I seen the one the other day when we were on the bus, and it goes like from here down to here,
Mm-hmm.
around there. It's like a triangle.
All right.
So it covered the nose. It starts with wearing glasses, so the mask was under the glasses, so it didn't steam your glasses up when you were walking. There's times I've had to take mine off. Good job, about long distance. Oh no, Paul, that's going all right a little bit.
Did you meet him?
I still think he's using himself. He lost the way when he left, drinking. Anything else?
Unless you have anything else, Jim, I think that's pretty much it.
I think we've done everything, I think.
Aye. Do you want a drink?
Eh?
Do you want a drink? I'll buy you one.
What?
I
I'll
don't
get
know.
one later on.
Ah, fair enough.
Unless you want one.
I do.
Right, hold on. Hold on off. What do you want?
I don't know. Bottle of some-
You go Helen. I'm going to have a bottle of brew here.